Hi, welcome back to the. Wow. Can you tell I do this all the time? Hi, welcome to the Swell Shenanigans podcast. I'm your host, Amanda, but you can call me Swell. Here on the Swell Shenanigans podcast, we talk about all things social media and pop culture related in shenanigans and quite literally whatever else we feel like it. Today, my guest is Mackenzie, and I know her from a podcast and TikTok, and we live in the same city. That's.
Yeah, that's like perfect. That's exactly how I know you is like funny though. Like we did
Yeah.
fully meet on another podcast scam. Wow. That is incredible and amazing. So, shout out to Katie and Sue, obviously.
Of
Obviously.
course.
Yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
But yes, Mackenzie is someone who I know is, I would say you're as well versed, if not almost as well versed as I am in
Mhm.
all things social media related, because you and I just consume content.
Yes. You are the only other person I think I know that is such a nerd for internet related culture and stuff. And so I think that's why we get on because, like, I know if there's like a crazy
Oh no,
story,
you
I could
paused. Can you hear me?
100% tell you and you could speak on it.
Okay, so we've had quite a few technical issues.
Yeah, that was crazy. I can't believe that I just had like four major technical issues in a row. What the fuck?
Okay, well, we're talking about just really TikTok related stuff, or quite literally any social media stuff that we feel like it. But my first question for you, Mackenzie, probably maybe the only question, I don't know.
Okay.
Are you on Big Titty Mommy Milkers Men TikTok?
Like I'm not on Big Titty Mommy Milkers Men TikTok, but I am on that side of like Twitter.
Okay.
Like I get a lot of like that trend is very present on my Twitter timeline, but like I have seen a couple TikToks, not as much tweets. I don't know why. I
Mm.
don't follow like porn accounts
Yeah.
really on Twitter. I know people can see what I follow. I know that I don't. Um but yeah, please. Are you on it?
I am because okay, so I love women. I also like dudes, but I apparently like so many women's TikToks where the women have just, very ample breasts to the point that TikTok seems to think that I have big boobs.
Oh. When the algorithm like gets you like a little bit wrong, but also it's like kind of right.
Yeah, like you can track how it made those choices. But from that,
Damn.
I think that, and then also I was on Himbo TikTok for a while.
Me
But
too, me
what
too, me
happened with
too.
Himbo TikTok is all of these big, beefy boys decided I am a Himbo. And you know what? That takes a level of self reflection that Himbos just can't, really maintain.
I actually, Amanda, hate the term himbo.
Okay, explain.
Sorry.
No, explain.
As a concept, it's amazing. I love that. I love a stupid hot guy, obviously. Of course, who doesn't love a stupid hot guy?
Who respects women?
But the people that have adopted this term are not that.
Yeah.
Are not that.
Hmm.
They are not. Like 80% of the people that call themselves himbos online are just some random dude. It doesn't deserve the title whatsoever. And that's why I hate the word.
Okay. So you don't like how it's been like the term gamer girl, like how it's kind of been adopted. That's what
Oh
it's.
my God. That reminds me of something crazy.
No, great.
I was out the other night
Ooh, out or out?
and out like with my friends, like out in a fun way, not out in a sexy way.
Okay.
Don't think that I'm going out in a sexy way at all in any
Okay.
context. I was out in a fun way. My bangs look fucking crazy. It's hot. It's late. We're about to go home. I want to take a seat at the place where I am.
Hmm.
And a guy sitting at this table and I was like, "Can I just sit at your table?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then he starts to like dance with me and I'm like, "What the F is going on here and what the fuck?" And he was like, "I bet you like video games." Um I'm in the Marines.
Wait.
Do you skateboard? Do you like anime? And I was like, what the fuck?
was this, a stream of consciousness pickup lines? What is that?
Yeah, it was really weird. He was like, I'm here with my uncle. And I'm like, everything you continue to say just makes you so unattractive to me in this moment. And he was hot.
Oh, was the uncle hot?
No. The uncle, like, I couldn't understand their dynamic because, like, he was a young hot thing and his uncle, like, I was at a gay club.
Okay.
And so I'm getting that this was his gay uncle and
Okay.
that he was his nephew that is straight and in the Marines and visiting for the summer.
Okay.
And so he saw me.
And apparently
and
he can spot a manic pixie dream girl from a mile away is what it sounds
I mean,
like.
I make it so hard. And he was like, you like anime? I'm in the Marines. You like video games? And I was like, no.
I'm picturing, because you mentioned he was dancing on you, so I'm picturing him like body rolling on you while telling you.
Yeah, exactly. It was exactly that. And he also was like, do you want to know my name? And I was like, no.
One of my very few club experiences, because like I don't drink, so like usually when I go to clubs, it's with people who like do actually drink, and I'm the designated, or I'm just like okay, no one's getting roofied on my watch, like I'm that person.
We have been to a bar briefly together.
Yes, very briefly, very briefly in a group setting. Yes, It was fun. We were there for last call. It was very very interesting to see.
It was very interesting. Anyway.
Yes, but no, I was at this place in Vegas with my friends for one of my friends' 21st birthday, and these guys had kind of like moved in on us really quickly, and this one guy was going heavy on me, heavy. And then he was like, "Oh, can I get you a drink?" And I was like, "Oh no, I don't actually drink." And then immediately shifted from me to the other girl in my group, and I was like, okay, so now I'm just suspicious of everything that you do. And this dude was like a straight up psychopath, like the way he was speaking to us, trying to find out why I was leaving, trying to find out where we lived, like super, not even like small talk. Like, so where do you work? Oh, you work in retail? Oh, cool. Oh, is that like in this? Like, it was very creepy. And then he was like, you don't want to like come home with me and like not come home, like go to his hotel room, like come home, like leave the state with this man. I'm like, no, that's a secondary location. John Mulaney told me not to do that. And, you know, but then, so he's making out with one of my friends. Another dude, his friend is making out with another one of my friends. And I'm just like standing around, dancing to the music, having a good time, making sure no one gets, like molested or anything. Like everything's like,
yeah, you're a good person. Yeah.
And then this dude comes up, and this man is shirtless. He's like, I'm 5'2". This dude was like 5'1". Okay, not slamming the short kings, but like this dude gave me bad vibes. Like, white dude wearing a do-rag, I was concerned. I was like, what's going on?
Oh, no, that's like the worst vibe, actually.
No,
like on the list of bad vibes, that's like close to the top.
He was wearing like not even a bike chain, like a full-on like padlock chain around his neck, like down past his waist. I don't know if he thought it made it look taller or what, but this dude just kind of, he wasn't speaking to me, but he was just standing next to me. And I was like, okay, like I'm dancing, I'm having fun. No big deal. I made friends with a group of moms who were there with their daughter who just turned 21. I'm having fun with the moms. Sweet. Okay. And then this guy leans over and he's like, so you here alone? I'm like, no. And he goes, why do you hate me?
He said that?
Yes. I was like, I mean, I don't know
anything about you.
Exactly. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not shoving my tongue down your throat. What do you want?
So that's the worst type of guy. Don't even that's more of a compliment that he thought that you hated him.
Yeah, seriously. God, it's like
because his vibe is off. Some people's vibes are just, I get worried that I give off really rancid, like confusing vibes, and I'm like trying to work on it.
I mean, I give off what I think is librarian vibes, and so I don't know what I get hit on by, like security guards, grown men, and then like dudes who don't wear masks in public. And I don't know what about me is like, yes, I want you to infect me. But apparently these dudes are like her.
The type of guys that hit on me it's crazy. It's like a weird type of guy, like GameStop employee vibes. Okay. Which like, okay,
if you can get a
lot
discount.
Of you are cute, I will say. But the ones that choose to talk to me, I'm scared a little, but it's okay.
Yeah, see, I have hot friends. That's okay. The problem with me, is I have all these hot friends.
there's a guy that lives in my neighborhood that yells insane things at me every time I see him.
Like,
But I'm kind of obsessed with his mind, so I'm
okay.
like not mad about it because he's a very interesting guy. He yelled at me one day, there's no excuse for you to be fat in your 20s, little girl.
You're tiny.
Anyway, and then the other day, he stops me on the street and he goes, "You look like a supermodel, but not forever."
Is he
And I
trying
was like,
to
"What?"
prepare you for like life changes? Like live in the
I
moment?
don't
Is
know.
this what
And
M.
he
Night
said,
Shyamalan wanted to achieve with the
I was
movie Old? Like live in the
old,
moment?
like, and he was like, you're exercising, right? You need to exercise. And I was like, what? And so I have another friend in the neighborhood who works at like a thrift store right next to my house. And I was like, do you know this guy who like yells at women in the community to like exercise? And she was like, yes, Carl, I know him so well. The next time you see him, ask him to sing Frank Sinatra for you. He has an incredible voice. And I was like, what? Right. Okay, I got
Yeah,
it.
like you're totally gonna do it. Like you know you are.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at him. I think he's really fascinating, actually, and would like to get to know him better.
Okay.
I think he won a first impression rose.
Oh, nice.
For sure.
I respect that. It's always good to know. Okay, but let's
Yeah.
get back now that we spent 10, 12 minutes talking about dudes and their bad vibes and good vibes and first impression
Yep.
roses. What is a TikTok trend or something that like you were like, okay, we need to deep dive into this shenanigan? Like, is it there's anything where you're like, okay, I'm a little suspicious. We need to discuss.
Okay, I saw like a TikTok conspiracy
Ooh,
theory that's getting picked up,
okay.
and it's about. I'm going to explain this so poorly. I hope the online gambling community doesn't get
Oh
mad
my
at
God, I know what
me.
you're talking about. Okay, what
Yeah,
is
of
this
course you do.
podcast in? Hi, guys. This is a podcast created by a YouTuber. My guest is a TikToker and a future comedian. So we are not journalists. We are not investigators. We are not law enforcement. Everything we are saying is alleged, and please don't sue us. Okay? Okay. Go for it.
Please don't sue me. Like that would really do me in if I got sued.
I mean, I
Please,
feel
God,
like
don't.
me getting a cease and desist would do great things for my career. Like, I plan on
I
like
agree.
framing one if I get one. I'm genuinely surprised
Yeah,
I
that
haven't
would
gotten one
be
for my
awesome.
channel yet. Genuinely.
Ray Dunn.
Flipping Quibi, I basically nuked that app.
Right. Quibi.
Okay, but yes, let's go. I know exactly what you're talking about. Go for it.
Okay, so there's this conspiracy theory on TikTok about how the women who deal cards for online blackjack and like poker are enslaved Russian women who are like drugged and falling asleep.
Yeah,
And I think
so
this
they're like
is
human.
so
They're
interesting.
alleging that these girls who do who are like the dealer girls at these online gambling websites where it is like a full on
Mhm.
live stream basically, and someone is genuinely dealing and doing all of that for you, and you can bet in real time. So there's no like, oh, the computer is screwing me up. It's like someone actually doing it. These
Mhm.
a lot of people on TikTok are like, hey, I'm watching this recording or I'm watching this live stream. I think this girl is like has been human trafficked, that she's been
Yeah,
sold, like this is some type of
it's
enslavement or something
crazy.
because she's falling asleep. She can't keep her eyes open. And like when you watch all the clips that are available, like it doesn't look good. Did you see the one of the girl that collapsed?
Yes, so like I'm watching this TikTok and so it's like somebody recording their screen and they're like, oh my God, she's closing her eyes. She can barely keep her eyes." Like it's very shocking and like compelling footage. It's like crazy. I'm always questionable about a conspiracy theory, but this is it needs to be investigated. It's kind of weird. Like either way, like if it's not like this weird like Russian sex slave type deal, why are these women being worked to the point where they are falling asleep?
Yeah. No, there was this
That's
other
weird.
one that I saw recently. I'll have to try and find it. But this girl, like, they were filming their computer, like, exactly like what you said with this other one. And I think this was a whole different girl. But she had, like, fallen out of her chair and they didn't cut the feed. So they're just still recording as these, like, what looks like either attendants, security guards, whatever, come in and quite literally carry her out. and it's all on this live stream. I'm like, what the fuck is going
You have to
on?
send me that. That's crazy.
It's so
It
crazy.
like the thing about it is it gives me like Safety Brothers movie. Like it's that shocking. Like
Mhm.
it's really crazy. Like I hope someone's like investigating it. But yeah, that like TikTok thing, that conspiracy theories got me. But like, I'm trying to think like on a lighter note. I work on I work at a vintage clothing store.
Uh-huh.
So I see a lot of like e-girl fashion as it happens,
Ooh.
walking through the doors,
So
which
are
is
you
fun.
seeing the Y2K resurgence happening and all of that?
Yes. Yes, I am. It's crazy to see people like people on the younger end of the spectrum like dress in Y2K, which is I was up around and moving around. I was a sentient human being during that time. So it's crazy to see somebody who was, I don't know, in utero at the time of like these trends, not someone that wasn't even a conversation. It's cool to see like what these kids like take on that type of like fashion is. I think it's
Mhm.
very interesting. It doesn't make me feel old. It makes me feel fascinated.
It's interesting to see how quickly like because I think everything in history, fashion, all of that is cyclical. It always happens.
Yeah.
Why did Siri pick up the word history? I swear to God. Um but yeah, no, what I've been seeing on TikTok a lot lately is all of these like young teenagers being like, imagine being a teenager in 2014. And I wanna
Mhm.
walk into traffic. Like I'm fine with like, okay, new trends from like when I was in middle school and high school like getting
Mhm.
re-brought up, but like when they're like, imagine being a teenager in 2014 and like 5 seconds of summer is playing, they've got the Doc Martens and the
I've seen
fishnets,
those. I've
like
seen
I'm gonna go lay down in traffic, you know. Like
I like don't go live on TikTok anymore, but when I did, people would always be like, "How old are you? How old are you?" And people would be like guessing my age and I would be like, "I'm 22." And like some of these kids would be like, "Oh my god. Wow. You're 22. I thought you were
you
19."
look so good for your age.
And I'm like, "Whoa, okay. This is a little bit too early for all this." Like,
Yeah.
whoa. I saw one of those TikToks that was like, imagine being a teenager in 2013 and then it was the 5 seconds of summer. It was
Oh, the
like
braided the choker necklaces, like the expanding ones.
mhm,
Those were a
mhm.
90s trend that came back.
Yeah, and I was like, if you were a teenager in that time, you would be on Tumblr probably obsessed with Doctor Who,
Yeah.
because I
Oh
was.
god, the Tumblr era. Were you there for the bone stealing and the child slave reveal for Sixpensy? Were you there for that?
The child slave, yes, yes, yes. I actually just watched like a video essay about that account.
Oh god.
I wasn't like really I knew about the Can you do a brief overview of it?
Okay.
Because I have heard of the tale.
Tumblr user Sixpensy, and I say Sixpensy because it was like 14 E's or something. I don't know, dumb amount of E's. But they were known for doing a curation of like creepy content, horror content, viral content. Their most popular post, I would say, was when they took a photo that was goats climbing the side of a mountain on their tiptoes to lick at salt because they craved that
Yeah,
mineral.
crave that mineral.
That became a
Crave
thing
that
on a
mineral.
full on thing. But at some point, randomly, Sixpensy every once in a while would like kind of sprinkle in little details about their life. Okay. And at a certain point, they were telling us, I don't remember. Oh God, it's been so long since I've read like the forum posts and all of that.
Both
But
of us being like, and the meme was called crave that mineral. um
oh my God.
like it's a fucking like JSTOR like a JSTOR like article reference bibliography. Like, yeah,
I
it's
jokingly call
true.
myself a social media anthropologist, but I just
You
sound.
are. It's not a joke. It's
But
not a joke.
okay, but the post was like telling the story, and like they never say the phrase child slave, but they quite literally are like explaining like how their family adopted a child,
So
and
bad.
this was quite literally like a young child, and they'd have, I want to say it was a boy, like I want to say it was like a young boy, and he would uh like quite literally like take out the trash for them, clean for them, and I'm like, and like totally like going over their head like, hey, this isn't okay, like this is a problem, like Oh god, like, it's so bad. So, yeah, anyway, you wanna see there's no such thing as canceling these days, in my opinion, unless you do something criminal. Like, if you wanna see someone actually getting canceled, look at the saga of Sixpensy on Tumblr, because they
Yeah, it
nuked that
was
account.
insane. It was, like, such a valid reason to get canceled forever, like, if your family has a child slave, like,
And you're, like,
I'm
justifying it
sorry,
to
dude, you're
people.
fucked.
'Cause they
Mhm.
tried to, like, defend it after the fact too. It was like, "What the hell is going on? What is this?"
Yeah, I remember being there for, like, hearing about that, and, like, on my dashboard, but also, like, a lot of, like, Tumblr happenings, like, I don't really remember, though I am extremely, like, nostalgic for that period of time, like, of my life. Like,
Yeah.
I really, really spent a lot of, like, my formative years, like, on my Tumblr dashboard. I would
Oh,
say, like,
yeah.
80% of my waking hours.
My very first, I would say, so I discovered fic and was, like, writing fan fiction in, like, middle school, okay? But my very first piece of smut fan fiction, I found that's how I found Tumblr, was because
I'm
I was
so happy
l
to be talking about this.
I was looking up I can't even remember, I was looking up okay, so Legend of Korra came out, and I was secretly in the closet. I had no idea what my body was doing, okay? I didn't know if I
Mhm.
liked dudes, why I thought my friends in school were hot. I don't know, okay? But so Legend of Korra, I was obsessed
Sweet.
with Mako and Korra. And Bolin, I was like, we can be friends. It's cool. So I was looking up fan fiction and I found one that was like, oh God, this is unlocking a core memory. It was like
Yeah,
Mako and
please tell
it
me.
was like Mako and Korra getting it on or something, but like specifically using lightning bending. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So anyway, my brain is warped. But that's how I found Tumblr because someone had
No,
like
the amounts of, like, Doctor Who fan fiction, like, like, dirty, like, like, scraped off the bottom of a dumpster, like, raunchy, like, that I read about Matt Smith. It's so insane that I was exposed to that when I was, like, 11.
yeah, I was like 12 or 13 and I was like so invested. I was like,
Of
"Oh,
course, I'm
what
so
is this?"
messed up.
Yeah, exactly. No
I
wonder I
read
can't
that.
form
I read
meaningful human interactions and connections.
Yeah. Yeah, like, the longest book, and I'm going to call it a book, I can call it a
You can
book
do it.
I've ever
They teach
read,
fan fiction in college now. There's full-on courses for it.
is a Downton Abbey fan fiction.
Oh my god.
I don't wanna reveal the title or the ship.
Okay, I'll share this.
That
The last thing I read that made me cry
Mhm.
was a Bucky Barnes fan fiction.
Oh my god, you. You. Of course, of course, of course, of course. That is so it made you cry?
It made me cry. He just wanted
What
his okay.
Yeah,
I
why?
have no
Why,
idea
Amanda, did it
what
make you
it's called.
cry?
Oh my god, everyone's unsubscribing from my channel right now. They're like, "We thought you were
No,
cool."
it's okay. I'm all ears.
Okay, so it was like, an undercover fic, okay, and he was undercover and, like, he brings Steve undercover with him to pretend to be his husband because of course.
Mhm.
Okay.
Silly.
But Steve comes in and it's like, "Oh, look, the house is ready," whatever, but they're, like, undercover as a couple, okay? And then once the mission is done, they're leaving. Bucky is so upset because, like, he had made the house their safe house his home, and he hadn't had a
Mhm.
home for, like, 80 years as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So he was, like,
Mm.
so upset. He's like, "I just wanna spend the night in my house." So they spend, like, one more night in his house, and it made me cry. And this is why I'm single.
That is funny. That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh god.
It happens, like, you are just it's for some reason 2:35 AM, you're thinking about some, character from a TV show, you're Googling them on Google Images, and you're like, "Let me just go on Archive of Our Own."
Let me just see what's
And
popping
see
up right
what
now.
happens, and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know when the last time I read fan fiction was.
Ooh,
I'm
now I
trying
gotta
to
think.
think, but I think I've tried to go back and read old Sherlock fan fiction that I enjoyed when I was a tween.
Mhm.
And it's like hard because there is like strange puberty, bizarre, undisclosed memories hidden within those words of,
Are you finding the
um,
source of your kinks in these fanfictions?
like a little bit, like honestly, like, yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, it's interesting. It's really interesting how it all began here. This is it. This is the holy ground
A
of me, I
Sherlock
guess.
fanfic.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I really, really had like a huge thing for specifically Benedict Cumberbatch. I shipped John Locke and I also shipped Sherlock and Molly. I
Okay.
really liked reading the rare pieces of Sherlock and Molly fan fiction I could get my hands on. But I really thought Benedict Cumberbatch was like the hottest guy ever when I was 12, which should have been so concerning to my parents.
See, I never
You
really
know?
fell into that. I never really got into the
Good for
Benedict. I
you.
never became a Cumberbitch. I
I
never.
was such a cumber bitch. I was like, yeah, I was a cumber, literally a cumber bitch with a capital cunt and whore. Like, it was insane. I recently found my old Tumblr
Oh
and
God.
I saw all of the things that I tagged. I can't believe I'm talking about this.
Tell me. Tell me.
Oh,
Come on. This is the
all the things I
shenanigans.
tagged daddy when I was 14. And I was appalled. I was like, you're a child.
Who
You're
gave us
literally a
unfettered
child.
access to the internet? Surely, like who allowed
Yeah,
this?
and like I'm not comfortable with you, past Mackenzie, reblogging photos of Martin Freeman, literally a father, literally a father at age 14 being like, "Daddy, like shut up." What the hell?
Oh my God. Oh God. Have you fallen into the rabbit hole of Ice Planet Barbarians?
I've through your YouTube and TikTok presence, I know about Ice Planet Barbarians.
Yes, the sci-fi
Okay.
saga that is Ice Planet
Mhm.
Barbarians.
Mhm. And it's like it's like a breeding thing, like when it comes down to it.
Yes and no. It's like soulmate. Like that's the part of it that I think everyone fixates on, and that's why I like was so against reading it for a long time because like pregnancy
Mhm.
content in general like stresses me out. It's more like a
Yeah, ew.
soulmate type of thing, but also like I mean, it's kind of like I don't want to say
Intergalactic soulmates.
intergalactic soulmates, but also like you have no other option. Like it's like kind of like Stockholm syndrome, but also like no, like it's a little all over the place. If you would like to hear more about Ice Planet Barbarians, I reviewed the first 3 books in a video. I will link that down below.
Yeah, and I watched it. I actually watched that. Okay, Amanda, you should know like the settings which I watch your videos in because I feel
Ooh,
like it's interesting information for you to have.
okay.
I love a Swell Entertainment video when I'm doing my skincare routine or brushing my teeth.
Okay,
Um,
see, that's why people were pushing me for so long to do a podcast because apparently a lot of people like listen to my videos like they're a podcast.
yeah, I really like to listen to you talk. I really do. Like you're good at it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so I was because when you told me you were starting a podcast, I was like, yes. And I was like, you should really do that. You really got to do that. Yeah, you got to. Me being so selfish. Yeah, I want to listen to your podcast.
And now I've made you find the source of your kinks and talk about fan fiction and
Yeah.
TikTok
My ideal
conspiracies.
conversation on a Friday at
Not before, yeah,
2:30
before 3.
p.m. No, I love to talk about it, especially like cuz I feel like pre-internet, before it was like the form that it's taking right now, which is like TikTok, like hyper social media, like vloggers are celebrities stuff. Like
Mhm.
I'm very nostalgic for like Tumblr, early BuzzFeed. I'm talking 2011 when they would report on anything and the quizzes weren't even on the website. Like I'm so nostalgic for like a good 2013, 2011 internet time.
I hear ya. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Siri, I'm gonna disable you. I don't know why it keeps coming up. Siri wants
She's
to
being
be on the
weird.
podcast.
She wants to be a part of the conversation. That's why.
Apparently, I'm gonna have to do a Siri guest podcast episode. See?
Oh, stop saying her name.
Okay. So
You brought this one on yourself.
true.
I watched it.
Yes. Okay, I'm trying to think of what other TikTok and or social media content. Oh, do you want to hear what happened on Twitter before we got on this call that was
Yeah,
stressing
yeah,
me
yeah, yeah,
out?
yeah.
So, apparently, do you know who Chris Chan is or Chrissy Chan? Does Sonic Chew?
Christine Weston Chandler. Yes, I know everything about Chris Chan. I
Okay.
know a lot.
So, Chris Chan and Chris Chan did what was trending on Twitter prior to me coming on here today. And I blame some ordinary gamer. I blame Mudahar because he is the one who, let me read the tweet that I saw that made this.
No, 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 no.
I'm
What
reading it.
happened?
I'm reading this. At Ordinary Gamers Mudahar on Twitter, who's another YouTuber, he said, eyes opened after an all-nighter. Open my phone. See this new Chris Chan situation where they may have porked his own mother. Now I want to die. And I said, why did you share this? Mudahar said I had to see this, and someone had made an edit. You know that one porn screen cap edit of like all of the dudes lined up and then the tiny girl sitting on the couch? Yes,
Yes,
someone did that
yes,
with a
yes,
photo of Chris Chan's mom and then Chris Chan on all the photos, and I want to vomit. So basically, what seems to have happened is that there was a recording and then someone transcribed the recording, and it's Chris describing a relationship that they had with their own 80-year-old mother, including multiple sexual encounters
No way.
in
No.
detail. And I apparently, Chris has been removed from the home and away from their mother. And I do want to walk into traffic. Like I do
Whoa.
want to walk into
That's
traffic.
That
That's
so
where
dark.
I was like,
The
okay,
thing
I need to
about
get off the internet.
the thing about Christine
Mhm.
is that she needs to be left alone. Every time that we find out new information about Christine, it
Mhm.
is so fucking shocking. And that is the only way I can put it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. And the mom is, that's so,
Yeah.
oh.
No, Christine definitely needs to
Oh.
be like the last time I heard of Christine was
What?
at the convention. I didn't even say okay. I'm gonna disable the talking voice from my computer, I swear.
It was her again?
Yes.
It was S word?
Yes.
She's obsessed. What can I say?
Apparently.
Who could blame her? Who could blame her? Who could blame her?
Apparently. Just really wants to be on Swell Shenanigans. I gotta remember that.
Yeah, wow. That piece of information. Well, obviously, I'm going to go straight to Twitter and look it up.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I have to call my friend Liam. Like, he is like a Chris Chan anthropologist, collector
Historian.
of information about Chris Chan. Like I am about Trisha Paytas. Like it's the same type of like thing.
We may have to do a full Swell Shenanigans episode just about Trisha if you're ever interested.
I would love to come in as an expert.
Yes, and we just go through all of their like I don't know shenanigans because like that's their whole career.
It's so like I've been wanting to actually do a timeline for a really long time, but it's going to actually take hours of studying and like research and like I gotta do like it has to be done.
Yes.
Like it's yeah. Let's put that on the books.
Yes, we'll do it. We'll figure it out.
Trisha is the most interesting, but I'm mad at Trisha right now. And when I'm mad at Trisha, I don't like watch any of their content. So cold shoulder for Trish right now, but you know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Yes. But yeah, I'm sorry I had to let you know about the Christine situation that just popped up on my timeline. And I was like, okay, we're going to do the podcast now so I don't overthink this and have a heart attack.
Oh my gosh. So at the top of this, that was the thing that happened on Twitter?
Yes.
Oh my God, Amanda, that's life-altering, like a life-altering piece of information. Like, I don't know how you continued on to have this conversation with me.
You know what? I was just like, I saw your bangs and I was like, okay, I can focus. We're good. But no, I'm gonna need to go touch grass after this. Like, I'm gonna need to
Yeah.
undownload Twitter for a little bit to like.
Treat yourself to a nice touch grass. Yeah.
Yes. Maybe do some
Mhm.
adult
Mhm.
coloring book pages. I don't know.
Oh, that's lovely. I've been getting into Shrinky Dinks lately.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, they're really fun. I didn't think I would find so much joy in it, but it's a real like joy-filled activity. Like you get to color on a transparent sheet.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Then
Yeah.
you get to cut it out, a blast, put it in the oven and watch it shrink. Like that is better than fireworks in my opinion. Like that's awesome. Like I've been having so much fun making them. I'm going to buy more soon.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so we're coming up on 45 minutes now. Unless there's any other TikTok things you want to bring up, do you have a swell shenanigan of your own that you would like to share today?
I went to a dog show.
Yes, you did. Tell me all about it.
Does that qualify as a shenanigan? Because
I
it kind
mean,
of was.
it sounds like it. It does seem like you were like, what can I do today? And then you saw there was a dog show and you were like, that's what I'm doing. And you just went to a dog show. And I feel like
I
that's in and of itself is a shenanigan.
so actually I've had my eyes set on this dog grooming expo for about a week.
Oh, okay, so this
My
is a
roommate
planned
Finn,
shenanigan.
my roommate Finn, I was kind of being manipulative as well. So um, my roommate Finn, who I love more than anything in the whole entire world, I'll never say that to his face, works as a dog groomer, like a dog groomer's receptionist. He works at a dog grooming place and he is the receptionist there.
Okay.
He doesn't work as a dog groomer. I just took a weird pause in between the words and it sounded like I was about to say that he's a dog groomer. No, he's a receptionist at a dog grooming place.
Mm-hmm.
And one of his coworkers was like, "We're all going to the dog grooming expo. Do you want to go?" And he was like, I'll think about it. But when I heard about it, I was like, oh my God, that sounds awesome. Like, I really want to go. And I kept on like pushing him. I was like, you really got to go. Like, you should really, really go. And he was like, not
Just
into
wearing
it. Like,
him
he had
down.
like other plans that day. And I was like, well, if you wanted to give up the ticket, like, I would go for you. And he was like, oh my God, thank God. And then I took it. I was so happy. It was like better than Christmas. It was free. I went out to Pasadena to the dog expo and there was like a lot of dog grooming scissors on display and stuff. But the main attraction was this creative dog grooming competition that was taking place like at the forefront of the convention.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like all of these dogs that were being cut, shaped, and like I wouldn't say dyed because like they weren't like dyeing the dog's hair. They were like painting on them.
Yes.
And it was so beautiful. It was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. The dogs were so happy. It was really, really cute. And the woman that won cried.
Aww.
Yeah, she cried.
Yay.
And she hugged her dog and her dog seemed really happy. And I found out from someone that it was a really big deal for her to win this competition because she had pulled out twice before because her dog like wasn't feeling it. So her dog was like into it this time and she won. She did like this painting, the only way I can say it, on her dog that is of like Cinderella and Prince Charming and the pumpkin carriage. And it was like, yeah, it was so beautiful and so detailed. It was so cool. I had no idea that it was such an art form. It was amazing. There was also a Sailor Moon dog, a dog that had Sailor Moon like the buns like on her head, like the blonde hair.
Oh my God, you went to the Comic-Con of dog grooming.
That is exactly what it was. It was amazing. And the Sailor Moon dog, when she sat and turned around, Sailor Moon was carved into her back.
Like
it was
like shaved into.
Yes, like it was so beautiful.
You sound like you're gonna get choked up as you're telling me this. Like this really moved you.
It was amazing. Like, there was like, I'm trying to think. There was a dog that glue in the dark. In a not controversial way. Yeah, the dog like I don't want people to think that the dogs were being harmed.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I was gonna say, is there a controversial way to glow in the dark? Like,
yeah, I think so. I'm just nervous. I just get nervous.
No,
Like,
I hear
yeah.
you. It sounds no, it's because like there is now there is like it's almost like hairspray, like the colored hairspray that we
Mm-hmm.
used to do, but they have that I assume for dogs now
Yeah, it's
and
like
stuff.
hairspray.
Yeah.
It's like an aerosol type thing. So this dog was a black standard poodle, and so huge dog, and the owner like carved like these geometrical shapes into her,
Mhm.
and then put up like a blackout tent around the dog. And then when it was her time to like show the dog, she like turned on the like UV light that was inside this tent, and the dog fucking glue.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
awesome.
Oh my god, I'm like pissed you didn't invite me. I would have bought a ticket.
And actually, when I was there, Amanda, when I was there, I was like, I know Amanda would have had fun, like because it is so up your alley of just like random shit to do and
Yes.
like fun,
Yes,
like
we went to an
the
abnormalities
subculture.
museum
Yeah, it's
together.
very
That was like the first time we like actually hung out in person.
yes.
I was like, "Hey,
Hmm.
this seems like something vaguely chaotic. Mackenzie could like this." And we went to an abnormalities
Yeah,
museum together here in LA.
we went to this like crazy in a weird location. It was so fun. You picked me up. I was not nervous at all after I saw you. We met for the first time and I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like I know you a little bit.
Yes.
And we had so much fun. We were immediately thrown into the most random of situations. Where we were at this you have to do it.
Abnormalities museum out here in LA, and it was the most suspicious experience ever, to the point that I was like, if
Hmm.
we don't get murdered, I will be surprised. Like it was that type of
Hmm.
vibe. But we had
Yes.
fun. It was a good story.
We were there with a girl that didn't know. We were on a private tour.
Oh
And
yes.
we were there with a girl that didn't know it was a private tour, which our tour guide was an eccentric, obviously. To be
Mhm.
giving private tours at a place like that, you have to be an
At 9
eccentric
o'clock at night for
at
two
9 o'clock at night.
$200.
So like he takes us into like this red room, very Twin Peaks looking, this bar area of this like museum. And he's like, "Do you guys want drinks?" And I was like, yeah. So he has like a whole menu of like drinks to pick from. So I was like, "I will have an Angry Orchard, please." And he goes back to go get our drinks. And the girl that was with us that didn't know it was a private tour started freaking out. She got
We
like
gotta
very
go.
nervous.
You guys,
She was like,
you guys, we need to
"Guys,
go. We need to go. I
guys,
was
I
like,
think
oh
we have
God.
to go."
And we were like, why? What's going on? What's going on? Why is there no one else here? Why is there no one else here? We need to go. And it was like,
She was, Where is everyone else?"
because they didn't. So basically, okay. So the story is that I went on a date with this girl that day, and then her and her
Yes.
friend were here visiting from Colorado. Okay. And
Yes.
they were like, hey, we're going to this thing. And the more they told me about it, I basically invited myself, and they were like, oh no, we have like 9 people that can go in our group. Come with us. And I was like, okay, cool. Can
Mhm.
my friend Mackenzie come? And they were like, absolutely. So we met them there.
Yeah.
But they had another friend. So there was like 5 of us, 5, 6, 5, 5,
5.
5 numbers.
5.
Anyway, she apparently they had picked her up, but she wasn't there in the planning process. And I told Mackenzie everything. I was like, we may get murdered. And she was like, cool, I'll wear running shoes. And they apparently had not told this girl that it was a private tour, so she was like
Mhm.
terrified and the look on her face,
Yeah.
I wish I could do it properly, because I was like grabbing Mackenzie, I was grabbing the other people in our group, I was like, we're running, like we're going, let's go. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I through her eyes I was like, this is such a murder situation if you don't know it's a private tour. And like I saw, cuz I was right next to her, and I saw in her eyes like a scared type of, I don't know, a scared baby animal. She was so scared, and she was like, "Guys, we have to go." And we were like, "No, this is a private tour." And it cleared up really quick, but it was nevertheless so funny.
Yes. No, it was funny. Like when she did it, I was
Yeah, it was
like, "Oh
awesome.
God," because I'm one of those people. Like I don't care what I think. If someone is getting horrific vibes, we are leaving. Like I try. Like if
Yes.
my intuition is not working and someone else's, we're going. Let's go. Just to be safe.
Yes.
You know. And but
Especially if it's at a new place.
yeah. Also, this dude was super sketch. Like he went into a whole other room to go get the drinks. Like and like
Mhm.
like it was like yeah. From her perspective, horrifying. We were gonna get murdered. Like, this is some escape room
Yeah.
we're not coming out of type of thing. Like,
Yeah, the guy that took us on the tour was really, the only way I can like describe him is like he was great, but I would say like somebody that would have fit in well with the Jackass crew, like Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O and all of them, if like they took a different turn.
very much a performer, very much wanted to be a storyteller, wanted your attention, and he got that for 2 hours from us for $200. So
Yeah.
yes.
He wouldn't play any of my games, which made me so mad.
Oh
Like I really
yes.
wanted to like joke around with him and he was like not having it from me even though he was a jokester. So I was like, what is our dynamic?
Yeah, he also told us that carbon dating was proven to not be real, and me and Mackenzie made eye contact when he said that. We were both like, okay.
Yeah, on the tour.
Okay, so
On
I
the
mean,
tour, he said he was like, carbon dating is not real. It's been proven to be fake. And we just both just exchanged the funniest all-knowing look. Like, oh.
oh gosh.
Yeah.
But yes, so that in and of itself, a shenanigan trip. You had a
So
shenanigan
fun.
event to a Comic-Con of dog grooming. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much, Mackenzie, for coming on
Yeah, of course.
well,
I'll do
we're
this whenever, honestly.
absolutely. And in the future, so for those of you who don't know, this is a very new podcast, but if you would like, down below in the description box, there is actually a link where you can send in voice messages to tell us about your shenanigans and we can weigh in on your
That's cool.
shenanigans. So that's all through the Anchor
That's
app.
awesome.
So whether you, regardless of what platform you watch this on, that link should be in the description box. Or you can send an email of your shenanigans to the Swell Shenanigans podcast at gmail.com. And we will absolutely talk about your stuff. But make sure that you leave reviews, follow us on all of our platforms, whichever podcasting platform you
Yeah.
choose to listen to, or subscribe to the YouTube
Yeah.
channel so that I can continue to give you views of our faces while we
They should already
cringe.
be subscribed. It's
Absolutely. If you want to,
awesome.
thank you.
It's a privilege.
But yes, later this week, this episode is coming out Wednesday. The following Friday, that after this episode comes out, Mackenzie is also going to be featured on the main Swell Entertainment channel because we critique the
Yes.
creator fund from TikTok, which Mackenzie is a part of.
Got paid $80 for my month.
Woo!
Woo!
But
Cashing out big. Yeah.
yeah, but that's going
Yeah.
to be it.
Cool.
And yeah, I don't know. I still don't have an ending for these. I'm just like, okay, bye.
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 Bye.